In the past 3 weeks, I have several people asking the same question. Should I buy a franchise or should I start my own company? And I decided to make this video for everyone. I understand there are a lot of people who are trying to get in the roofing business today and they're looking for their options. Franchise might look attractive to many people in the business world because we used to buy franchises. Like in the food industry, many people just buy a restaurant instead of start a restaurant on their own. And in the roofing industry, it's a little bit different. Franchises are not that popular, but we do have few. I do have experiences with them. I also have big experience with the people who start on their own. And I started my own company in 2013. I sold it in 2020. I started my business with $0 and I grew pretty fast. In the past 5 years, I have watched almost 100 companies going from $0 to $5-7 million. It doesn't take long to brand a roofing company. And in this video, I want to give you 7 pointers why I believe that starting on your own is much better today in 2024 than buying a franchise. Now, if my opinion changes later, if I find great franchise opportunity, I will absolutely make update on this video. But in this video, here's my 7 points why you should start your roofing business instead of buying a franchise. First of all, I'm not gonna name any names, but I will throw a few numbers. And if you've dealt with those franchises, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I have decided not to make any enemies in 2024. It's a year of collaboration, not confrontation here at Roofing Insights. So I'm not gonna talk bad about franchise companies, but I have heard many nightmare experiences over the years. I've done roofing process conference for 5 years, and I have many companies who come to, attended the conference from, shared their franchise experiences. So they did not represent their companies; they were representing the companies they bought into, and not. Almost most of them were not happy. I have hard time finding someone who's very happy. Usually it's a burden because you have to pay a couple $100,000 upfront cost, and then ongoing you have to pay royalty fees. So one of them charges about $200,000 and you have to pay 7% royalty fee for marketing and brand name, brand recognition. Well, for years I have been teaching that you can sustain a roofing company at just 5% of your revenue. So if you spend 5% of your gross sales on marketing, you should be able to grow 30-40% every single year. If you do the math, year one, you do $1 million, you put 50,000 back in the business. Year two, you do 1.4, 1.7 million. You spend more, almost 100K, go on, and pretty soon you have $5-7 million company. And then it just becomes a sales number. You do $10 million a year, you spend $500,000 on marketing. You don't need to pay 7% royalty to someone. I think it's a ripoff. I don't think it's reasonable. In a roofing space with the overhead and all the expenses, 7% just for marketing is a lot. And you still will have to advertise, because for that 7%, the companies who invested, they were not getting enough jobs, enough leads, and they did not have a lot of systems in place, and they still have to figure out their thing. So I just put it there. There are plenty of people who are pissed and even got out of franchise model after they purchased it, and they still went on their own and started their own company essentially after that. If I would start a roofing business today in 2024, I would do the same thing I did back in 2013. I would start with a name. Good name is absolutely crucial. Stay away from construction, exteriors, anything. Roofing is very competitive industry. You have a lot of roofers, and 90% of people go to Google. They go on the internet to find a roofer. So when you show up as a boring company name and everybody else is a roofing company, let's say you're in Seattle and there's a Seattle roofing company and there's B&B construction, who do you think they're going to click? What website they're going to go to? So good name is absolutely crucial. Most of your referrals in the roofing space is going to come from a referral. People cannot refer business they cannot remember, pronounce, or makes no sense for them. I've had many roofing buddies over the years and I could not remember their names, and I've heard it 20 times. And I keep begging them, please rebrand. As a matter of fact, Roofing Insights used to manage a few YouTube channels, and some of them we love people behind the company, but we never could remember the company. So if people cannot remember your name, if it's not flowing, if it's not easy to remember, you're going to miss out on referrals, and your marketing going to be so expensive. You will only have to rely either on door knocking or on paid advertising, and it's just recipe for disaster, and you will never be efficient in marketing. So what you want to do is you want to build a brand. As a matter of fact, last week, Marketing Fitness, my best program, we rebranded 3 companies. We came up with 3 solid names. Total, I think we're at 50 companies right now. It's not that hard, but it usually takes up to 2 months to come up with a name, pick up a solid domain name, and then you're going to go to your building websites, yard signs, vehicle wraps, and all of that stuff. But it all starts with a name. So we charge $1,500 a month. Usually takes 2 months, $3,000. That's your initial investment. Very reasonable. There are companies like KickCharge, they charge $20,000, $30,000, and even that is very, very reasonable if you compare that to franchise model. I would definitely spend just a couple $1,000s before I spend $200,000 for someone's name, and I would come up with something original, unique, funny maybe. There's a whole art of branding the company, the name, based on your location, based on your competition, based on your last name maybe, based on your taste and your story. It's not an easy task. That's why you usually need help, but it's very, very doable. Number 2, what I would do, I would sell all my jobs myself first year before I hire anyone. That's what I did first year. I did $900,000 in sales. When you start a roofing company, you want to keep everything in the house. You want to be as lean as you possibly can. One of the best tips I can give you is don't hire many salespeople right away. If you can sell, and owners usually can sell, especially if you have a sales background, keep your commissions to yourself. You need to stay lean. You need to reinvest in your company. You need to buy trucks. You need to pay for your receptionist. You need to pay for your warehouse. The more money you have, the more you can do in marketing and branding, and the faster you will be able to hire those sales guys. I mean, second, third, fourth year, a completely different story. The time will come when you will have a sales team and you will move on to different roles. If you save on sales commissions and you do $1 million, you just save yourself $100,000. So my advice is learn how to sell yourself well. Don't sell yourself cheap. Keep those commissions in the company because you can pay yourself from the commissions. You don't have to pay yourself salary and then commission. Oftentimes what I see startups doing wrong is they're only doing $1 million that, almost any business owner can sell $1 million in roofing. It's just 100 jobs at $10,000 a piece. It's 2 jobs a week. Like, math is there. You can do it if you really go after it. But they will do $1 million in business. They have to pay their salary. They have to pay commission to the salesperson and probably someone to answer phone calls and then someone to do the work. And then they end up losing money. So first year, keep it to yourself as much as you can, at least for your first $1 million. Now, if you go into $2-3 million in the first year, that's a different story. Advice number 3, right away, immediately hire a receptionist. If you want to build a brand competitive to franchise models and be competitive with other players, you want to stand out. And how do you stand out? Fast response rate. In the roofing business in 2024 is still a problem. Many contractors, no matter how much they complain about the marketing and marketers and how they don't have leads, most of them have a receptionist problem. A lot of roofers answer their phone calls, which means they are behind. If your response rate, couple hours, you're way behind. People don't have patience. If they call your company, if you have a good name, good truck, good image, good marketing, good advertising, now they expect you to answer phone right away and show up on time. Those 2 are very easy to do. And if you do it, you will beat even franchise model companies. I promise you that. There's so many companies out there who don't understand it. They spend money on marketing, but they don't get to the phone quick enough. If you go to thumbtack.com, Thumbtack will tell you, and they will list companies higher who answer faster. They will tell you response time. Look at that response time in your town. That's your homework. Go to thumbtack.com, type in the roofing category, and you will see companies who answer within 39 minutes. You will see companies who reply same day or next day or within a week. Thumbtack manages everything. That's why I like Thumbtack. But hire a receptionist right away. My tip number 4 is Hire a good mentor. I'm not talking about anyone who charges, $50,000, $60,000 and sell you the dream how you can become a millionaire or billionaire right away. I'm talking about someone who've done what you're doing today, who accomplished what you're trying to accomplish, who has clear path and lifestyle that you envy, and who has the heart of the teacher, who will teach you something that you don't know. Just tomorrow, I'm flying to Las Vegas and I paid like $10,000 to meet someone. I'm gonna have a private dinner with my mentor because I know I don't have answers to everything. Every time I have a closed doors and I cannot figure out something in my business, I find someone who can open that door for me. Right now, I'm looking for mentors in my directory company because I don't understand tech business. I don't understand how to raise capital, what different rounds of funding means. Like, I don't know it. So yesterday I have a lunch with people I would consider my mentors. Tomorrow I have a dinner with someone I consider my mentor. Yes, it costs money, but the money you pay to mentor, it's maybe years of your experience. You're gonna get there one day, but you don't want to spend 5 years on something that you can achieve in 2 months just with paying a couple $1,000s to the right person. Now, the key is the right person. So if you don't understand how to sell a roof, hire good salespeople. Adam Bensman, amazing sales coach. Chuck Toki, another one. Becca Switzer, all of them are amazing. We have a lot of great people in the roofing industry who has the heart of the teachers, who will teach you how to sell for pennies on a dollar, if you will. I mean, you can spend $1,000 on training, depending who you go to, but you can make millions and you can double your sales the very next month. Read Adam Bensman testimonials. He speaks about it all the time and he shares testimonials all the time. I talk to so many guys. I mean, he will change your life if you don't know how to sell. I'm not a sales coach. Don't hire me for sales, but I'm a marketing and branding coach. And if you don't understand marketing and branding, I'm your guy. I don't teach Xactimate. Becca Switzer does. Alona Wilson does. Go to them if you want to build insurance companies properly. You get the idea. If you want to learn how to deal with adjusters, how to identify shingles, go to John Sinek. There's so many experts in different fields, but again, your personality has to match with personality of your coach, with your mentor, and he has to achieve what you want to achieve. That's the golden rule when finding mentors. My tip number 5, you have to do repairs, and a lot of them, and you have to love repairs. To this day, there's so many roofers and so many roofing companies who don't do repairs. Just today, I talked to True Grit Roofing out of Kansas City. They do tons of repairs, and they share testimony how many jobs they have been getting over the years just from their repairs. It's absolutely remarkable to me how roofing companies can stay in business without doing roof repairs. Real money and real leads are in repairs. It's probably going to cost you about $20,000 in all the tools and everything you need to do the repairs, to equip the van, to give you guys all the tools, but it's money well spent. Hire repair tech as soon as possible, and I promise you, you will not have lead generation problem. My tip number 6, how to start and grow a roofing company in the first year if you don't want to buy a franchise, is you want to become a media company. Everybody's a media company. Attention is there. So there's so many people looking. Everybody's scrolling, everybody's on social media, everybody's watching TVs and stuff. You have to be in front of them. You have to become a media company. Please don't make a mistake about hiring someone who will save the day. No one will ever know your business like you do. It's your job to become a marketing company and a media company. It's your job to take your marketing in your own hands. All these marketing agencies, they're all there just to grab a dollar, and they're not about results. Don't repeat that mistake. Learn how to create solid content, solid videos, dominate Facebook, dominate Instagram, YouTube. All of those platforms work. By the way, not many companies, including franchise companies, have big presence. In most cities, if you take that approach seriously, you might be the only roofer with a solid YouTube channel, with a solid social media presence. And when I say solid, I mean solid. I mean company that everybody's talking about and recommended. Just this morning, I talked to Roof Hero. Nick Brennan Company. $11 million company out of Atlanta, another franchise. The guy built his business in the past 5-6 years. Amazing company. Roof here dominates in Newnan, Georgia. Amazing company. They've been, he was sharing with me how recently he did a podcast with another company, and he got at least 10 leads out of it already, and it's very recent experience. He just went to this interview. They shared him on the radio. They wrote article about him. Didn't cost him anything. It was a free publicity. Other day they did a free roof giveaway. They reached out to news company in December. They say, hey, do you want to run the story? He said the people were texting him from the airports. They were seeing the footage from the news company. News company ran it for a week, sharing how Roof Hero gave away this roof, name of the company. It's not that hard. All they did is give away a roof and make one phone call to a news company. What media companies do? You are the media company. You owe it to yourself. People often say, well, if I do good work, people will talk about me. Nobody talks to no one anymore. Everybody's on their phones. You have to get out there and spread the message about how good of the work you do. And what is it you do? I'm not talking about bragging. I'm talking about being different. How different are you? You want to beat franchise companies. You want to beat at marketplace companies that do $50, $100 million. This is the greatest equalizer out there. By the way, we just did it. Our marketing and fitness student, Brandon, in small town in Wisconsin, very small town, population couple thousand. He did a Facebook campaign, gave away a few tickets, has 100,000 views on his Facebook page. Never done videos before. Ladysmith is the name of the city. Very tiny city. We did a couple of videos. We did all his videos with our unlimited video editing package. And he has 100,000 views, impressions, tons of comments, insane. The guy is overwhelmed with the results. He has tons of jobs, tons of leads. He's hiring people. That's the good problem to have. So social media is great equalizer. You can beat big company. You can compete with the franchise companies with someone with a big money. And we can do that for you as well. We charge $1,000 for unlimited video design. We give you ideas, you film, you send it to us, we make it look very good, send it to you or publish it for you. It doesn't cost a lot of money to be a media company. You just have to be creative, create content, and all you have to do is just find someone who will edit your videos on a budget. You don't need to pay $3,000 a month to someone to manage your Facebook. You manage your Facebook. Just get some help editing your message and your videos. And my last tip, number 7, as soon as you possibly can, if you have it on a budget, maybe you're already sitting on $50,000, and some people are in that place. If that's you, hire a marketer on a day one. Hire someone who maybe can build a website, someone creative, someone who understands what DM is, someone who understands where attention is. Not many people do, but if you find good marketing person who can market your business on the day one, you will save so much. Roofing companies waste millions of dollars every month on marketers. They hire Facebook gurus, YouTube gurus, they hire website gurus, they spend and waste tons of money on lead generation companies. Companies pay $5,000 to manage their website, $3,000 to manage their Facebook, and the list goes on and on and on. If you hire one marketer, he can manage all your social media accounts. He can probably film you creating content, maybe outsource editing part. There's parts you will have to outsource to experts, but I'm a firm believer that everybody's a media company, everybody's a marketing company, and the sooner you hire a marketer, the sooner you will start really saving and really will build and brand your brand identity, because it's a process. You'll have to create content, you'll have to design your t-shirts. There's a lot of small decisions that have to take place daily, and you do need marketing help, but it doesn't always have to be outsourced. You can start thinking like franchise companies are thinking on the day one. So instead of paying someone $200,000, maybe pay nice salary to very smart, tech-savvy marketer and hire him or her full-time, and magic will happen. As a matter of fact, I'm watching few brands right now who are growing very, very fast. They're not relying on outside help. They're not relying on outside agencies. They keep it inside. They save tons of money. They have tons of leads, and their brand grows super fast. As a bonus tip, I do like franchise model for very few services. As a roofing company, you can buy a franchise or a territory or special service. Recently, I did an interview with a company called Go Nano in Canada. So you can buy territory from them or product from them. Another company is Ugly Roof or Roof Max Rejuvenation services. So in our space, we do have franchise opportunities. They do sell to roofers. You can buy products from them and you can add it to your catalog of services, depending what space you're in. You can become exclusive dealer of one of the services in your market and co-brand it with them. I think it's a great idea. Like if you're in Florida, you're South, you're Tennessee, you're Atlanta, you can actually be in business just cleaning roofs with a good solution. It actually can be the business on itself. So not everybody is a roofer per se in a roofing space. So there's a lot of services that you can do around the roof. I see a lot of unique opportunities. Recently talked to a few, for example, detach and reinstall solar panels. Yeah, it's a solar category, but you get the idea. So you can partner with other companies, you can be exclusive with them. So you can even install one product on a roof and just that product, and you can be very busy. I've seen company that specializes in a solar tube installation, just solar tube. The name of the company was something Solar Tube. They actually used to be here in Minnesota. Don't know where they are, didn't look at them, but just to give you an idea, if you install one product, people are going to look for that solar tube. If you don't have enough light in your room, you might install solar tube, get a sunlight, but you have to go on the roof and install it. You can install ventilation. You know how much money is in chimney tuck pointing, chimney repairs? A lot of roofers don't do chimneys. You know, I used to love chimneys. It was very popular item on my QuickBooks, and when I ran spreadsheet, like we used to do tons of chimney repairs because average chimney rebuild is like $2,000-3,000. Chimney removal, $1,500. So there's, you know, if you live in downtown area, there's a lot of very old chimneys. It could be, you know, roof chimney repairs. Like that could be your niche, riches in niches. Just to give you another idea what you can do in your business in the roofing space. Guys, comment below if you like this video. What do you think about buying franchise versus starting on your own? If you have success story, maybe you want us to come to you, feature you on this channel and highlight your brand that you have built. I'll put all my information in comments below. If you want to schedule a consultation, I'm also going to put my number, or you can go to dmitrylupinsky.com. Also, if you want our services, we charge $1,000 a month for unlimited video editing, $1,500 a month for unlimited video editing, and full rebranding. If you buy into that program, I will personally talk to you every single week for 30 minutes. We'll come up with a new name. I love that. I rebrand right now about 5-6 companies currently. That never overwhelms me. My brain works really well in branding, in rebranding. That's what I love doing the most. If you reach out to me, I promise you I will not leave you hanging, and my graphic designers, my video editors will be at your service. We're one of the most reasonably priced rebranding agency in the industry. I would like to help save you money, because when I see those bills, when I hear those stories, when someone spends, you know, $200,000 and then be charged 7% on top of that, it breaks my heart. And I always say there is a better way, and I'm here to tell you we are the better way. Roofing Insights team is the better way. So would like to help as many as we can. Comment below what you think. I'll see you guys in the next video.